Yes, hello everyone. In today's tutorial, we are going to see how somebody can make marks, continuous assessment marks from a Kahoot game that has been played. Most of the games we play in Kahoot for evaluation, usually at the end of the lesson, or sometimes for assessment, but used maybe at the beginning of the lesson, in lesson preview. Sometimes it can be used during the lesson to keep learners engaged into the lesson and to break that classroom boredom such that learners are motivated to learn. But however, it can also be used for continuous assessment, whereby a special set may be set purposely for continuous assessment, and then learners are awarded marks. Somebody may ask himself, how could this be done? You see, the system generates marks for the learners. Yes, the system generates marks for the learners, or points, depending on who answers first. So those who may answer later may not be favored by the system generated marks. For that reason, we need to make our own marks out of a game that has been played, possibly that has been prepared purposely for continuous assessment. So if a game has been prepared purposely for continuous assessment, we can record marks out of it and convert depending on how we want to score our marks. One thing we need to know: learners should be advised to join the game using their surnames. At least you should tell them this in advance. They should use their surnames to join the game, because this one will help you to know who will receive which marks. Actually, when they use the unknown nicknames, you cannot know the person who owns which marks. Yeah, now here we are in our account, and once you have logged into your account, once you log into your account, there is a section where we find all the games that have been played and the reports about all the games that have been played. Let's proceed just to that section specifically, and that is where we find latest reports. So in latest reports, you find all the games that have been played in your account are there. So you can click on see all to choose the one you want specifically, or you had prepared specifically for continuous assessment. Now here you can choose the one you wanted. For example, if I wanted to use this one for continuous assessment for history, I will open that one, and if we open that, we have several options here. You may download the list to your computer, or you may save it to your drive. So once we are here, we have options here. Now, like for example, we have here those who have played the game. The questions that were played during that game were 26 players. But what we need to see is how to get the report out of that. So you come here in the report options, then click here, then download report. On download report, you choose the option either to save in a Google Drive or to download directly to your computer. So you shall download to our computer. As our download is coming, you see this game was played on January 29, 2020. And this is the person who hosted this game. At that time it was played. And usually here in reports we have a summary. Our Excel sheet is downloading right here, the one we have downloaded. We are going to view it, but it gives you an overview of the questions that were most failed by learners, the difficult questions. Then they give you learners who need help. Here there are 8, and then those who never finished. I think 25 never finished. That means many of these do not answer the first question. So when you see this, it should help you also when you are judging learners. You see that 25 never finished. Probably many of them didn't answer the first question. Probably they were not ready, or there was network problem. So you always consider this when you are making your marks. So let's go straight to our mark sheet here in Excel. Let's open it and see what looks like, or what's there, the marks which have been scored by these learners. I told you, always advise learners to use their surnames, okay, instead of the unknown nicknames, because the unknown nicknames cannot help you know who scored which marks. Okay, so here we are now. This is our mark sheet we have got from our Kahoot. Then remember to enable editing, because we are going to make some editing here. Now this is the overview of the game. We have seen this already on our page. Then the total correct answers, total incorrect answers, average score points. Okay, then the feedback, but actually this one you can get your time and view it. You see whatever is there. What we need to see for us today, we have to switch to another tab. We have to go to the final scores tab here. That's where we have all our marks. Okay, then we need to resize this sheet for convenience, for our convenience. So we have to select all the content which is here on this sheet. Okay, after selecting all the content on this sheet, then we have to come here to on format, then auto fit row height to make the rows a bit close to one another, then also auto fit column width. Now this is a manageable worksheet we can work with. So these are nicknames of the people who played this game, but I told you, if you want to use it purposely for continuous assessment, advise learners and emphasize that they use their surnames here to help you know who scored which marks. Now the points you see here in this column were generated by the system, and these are biased somehow to, okay, they favor who answers first. So they are basically for motivating learners to reason faster, answer faster, okay, and to save time. So these ones we may not base on them for continuous assessment, but we shall need to make ours from the game that was played. Now we shall make ours basing on this column for correct answers. Okay, so out of the 9 questions asked, this one got 7 correct and 2 wrong. Okay, so these are the incorrect answers. We are going to base on this column to make our marks. Let's not waste much time. I'll first resize this row also to get a bit closer here. Then I may put all borders here for this row only, so that it becomes a bit similar to the others we have already. Okay, yeah, yes, let's have maybe make all borders here. Now what we need is the marks for each learner. So I'll type here marks, because I need to copy my marks out of this sheet, but I'm going to make them from here, then I'll copy later. These are the marks. Then here, this is out of what? Let me first space, because this is Excel, sometimes the enters formula. Then this is out of, say, maybe let's assume that each answer was worth 1 point, and if there are 9 questions, that's out of 9 points or 9 marks. So we shall say this here equal this column of correct answers, and then I press enter. Okay, so that means out of 9 marks, this learner scored 7, and then I drag down and I make for all the learners. Okay, so that's in case each correct answer was to be awarded 1 point. Okay, then from there you may copy these marks and paste them somewhere in your system. Like there are those who use Urubuto schools. You can make your separate sheet for the learners' marks. Okay, so you can transfer the marks from here to where you want to keep a record of the learners' marks after making them from the Kahoot report that you have downloaded. Or sometimes you may need to make marks out of, say, 15, and you had 9 questions. Okay, then that will require some conversion. Let's see how conversions can be made also here in Excel. Okay, let's undo here. So assuming here we are saying it's out of 15, for example, but we have 9 questions. Okay, here we shall use some formula now. We shall say this one equal, I'll open 2 brackets because I'll make 2 operations. Okay, then then I'll say here this equal, these marks 7 for the correct answers, 7 correct answers, but these were out of 9, scored 7 out of 9. Then first close this, times, we shall use times. Now we want it out of what? Now for us we want it out of 15 marks, so times 15. Okay, then close our bracket, then press enter. So this learner scores 11.6667 out of 15. Okay, but we would do this for learners, but we need maybe to modify a bit. These decimal places are quite too many, so we may need to round off. If you wanted to round off your marks, maybe to the nearest whole number, okay, we shall need to include round in our formula. Just double click there. I said double click here where you see the marks. Or if you don't want to double click, you can come here and edit from here. Click here and then edit. It will give you the allowance to edit your marks. Okay, so that's why I said just double click. Okay, yeah. So when you double click here, it will give you the option to edit your formula. Then we shall type round. We are now going to see how you can round off. Round. Now we want round off to, maybe I want to round off to 1 decimal place. I will put here a comma, then I type 1. This one means 1 decimal place. Then I press enter. So it will become 11.7. Or I may need to round off the nearest whole number. I don't need any decimals. Okay, double click here, then edit your formula. Okay, to 0. That will be to 0 decimal places. I don't want any decimal places, I want whole numbers. So the other 11.6667 becomes 12 points out of 15. And then I'll do this for the rest of the learners. Scroll down and make this general for the whole class. So this will give you your marks for the whole class, scored out of 15 but done out of 9 questions. Okay, so this is how we can make our own marks out of a Kahoot game using the Kahoot report, and can use these marks for continuous assessment. Okay, remember in most of the lessons we need continuous assessment marks, and you need to save time. So Kahoot will help you to save time, the time of marking, and learners usually need a feedback, an immediate feedback. So you may project even the marks for them to see their marks, those who need to see how they have scored. And remember, this system gives you the learners when they are already ranked from the best to the worst, and it will show you also those learners who were absent, who didn't participate, like these ones down here. They answered none. Probably these ones never participated in the game. They registered, these ones registered but actually did not participate, probably because of network problems. Starting from here, these ones here, okay, they registered for the game but they failed to play because of network issues. Yeah, but usually if you have a strong working network, all of those who have joined will appear here and will all participate in the game. Yeah, so that's how we make our marks in Kahoot. If you need to look at other summaries, they are there. Okay, question per question. You can just change tabs, switch tabs. Okay, so let's go back to our page. Remember, we said you download the list from here. You click on report summary, then download. Okay, and this one is chosen from the game that you have played. Okay, from the games that you have played already in your account. Here we have reports, your latest reports, and then you click on see all. It gives you a list of all the games that have been played in your account. Like here now you would have chosen this, or this depending on the one you wanted to use for your assessment. So that's how we can make continuous assessment marks out of Kahoot. Again, thanks for watching. We meet in another video.